Okay. Everyone able to see my screen?
Yeah.
A quickly recap what we discussed in the last but one class. Okay. What are the data types we have?
Character and numeric.
Okay. Tell me what is the data type? Character data type.
Character data type contains letters, numbers, and flags. So it should be like 32 characters.
32 characters, that is the data set. In character data type means, can you repeat again? What the variable values will contain?
Variable values contains any special character or letter or number, or it can be a blank.
Characters are special.
Alphabets.
Okay. What about numeric type?
Here variable contains numbers or dates.
Here variable values are numbers
Or dates.
Okay. Numbers or dates. Okay. Okay. One special note I told you, right? What is that note?
Character variable will read the both the character and the numeric part.
Character variables will read both character data and numeric data, but numeric variables
read only numerical data.
Numeric values. Only numeric values. Okay. And we discussed the single observation programming and double observation, multiple observation programming, right?
So,
Oh. So, can someone tell me the difference between character variable and numeric variable defined? How you differentiated the character variable and numeric variable in single observation programming? How we differentiated the character variable and numeric variable in a multiple observation programming? Can someone tell me first in case?
Character variable will differentiate with quotations in single observation.
Okay. We assigned a variable, give an assigning symbol, and we mention within quotation.
With quotation in single observation.
But numeric variable?
No, nothing, just
without quotation. Without. Correct? Here within quotation, here without quotation.
Yeah.
Correct? So this is how we differentiated the character variable numeric variable. Similarly, how we differentiated in a multiple observation program?
With the dollar symbol.
Dollar sign.
With a dollar symbol, correct? So an input statement for each variable, if it's a character variable, we used a dollar symbol with the dollar symbol. There are numeric variable without dollar symbol. Okay. Next. For a missing observation, especially. So here only I'm giving one more point also for everyone. For missing observations, if it is a character variable, you are going to get a space in the output data set. If it is a numeric variable, you're going to get a dot. It's called period. Period out. Can say. So, for example, in the given raw data, even given data, so for example, in the given data, if any characters data, for example, here some name is missing. If it is name is missing, in your output data set, okay, you are going to get space because name is a character variable. Same way, in an amount, if some amount was missing, Here amount is a numeric variable, you're going to get a dot. Okay, clear? Any doubts? That's it. Okay. Good. Anyway, this last point I'll discuss in separate. I'm going to see an example as well. For missing values, how we're going to figure out. Okay. Up to here it is clear, right?
Recording in
Any doubts,
progress.
anyone? Okay. See here, how can I define a SAS program here? You want to give a definition for a SAS program, what we can give? What do you understand SAS program? See, SAS program is a sequence of statements. I told you, right? SAS program is a sequence of statements. And that to those statements, we have to give in a executed order. Observe here, everything is one statement. Everything is one statement, and those statements we are giving in a particular order. That's what SAS program. See, this is one statement, this is one statement, this is one statement. We are giving a sequence of statement that in a particular order. For example, you cannot give an input statement before infile statement, or else we cannot give before data statement. Every statement you have to give in a particular order, then only you will get a correct output, or else you end up with a wrong output or with errors. Okay, that's the reason we are calling SAS program is a sequence of statements in an executed order. Okay. Generally, in your SAS program, majorly will found only 3 components. Total in the SAS programming, we're going to see only 3 components. One is data step. Second is proc step. Third is global options and global statements. Global options and global statements. What is data step is doing? What we are doing using data step? Till now we did some multiple data steps, right? What do you observe? What data steps will do?
We write own data, creating data sets.
That's it. Always data sets. It will take some data as input. It will create a data set. See, we create a test 3, test 4, some. So what data steps will do? Yes. Always data steps are typically used to retrieve the data. You're going to retrieve the data, means it will take the data as input, retrieve the data, and it will create the SAS data set. Okay, then what proc steps will do?
Already prepared data set will do modification. Proc steps.
Okay. Pro step, it will process the data set.
Process.
Okay, here the processing anything. So it's already, it will take an existing data set as an input. For example, in the SAS help library, there's already a class data set is there, you are printing. Printing is one, take it as a one is also one process. Printing is one process, sorting one process, transposing one up, generating the report is one process. So you are taking an existing data set as an already as an input, and you're processing that. The processing will be anything. So you're going to have different procedures, steps will be having. One of them we discussed is proc. So always your proc steps, what it will do, it process the data set. Okay, your proc steps are typically used to process the data set. So already an existing data set is there. You're going to process the data set. The processing is anything, either proc print, or else proc sort, proc transpose, like so many, etc. There are so many procedures are there. In detail, we're going to discuss all the procedures in a separate chapter. So everything will be same. It is process the data set. The processing will depends on your procedure. Print will print the data set, sort will sort the data set, transpose will transpose in the data set. Clear? But last thing, global options, global statements. What is global options and global statements? So these are useful to change the default settings. Means we are going to see some options and statements going forward. What these options and your statements will do? So by default, SAS will do some things. For example, you are printing the data set. Let us print the data set. You wrote some proc steps, right? Okay. So here what you are doing, your requirement is you have to print the SAS set class data set. Okay, print. It's printing. But did you observe here, the title it is coming as this SAS system. And it is giving the date, system date, and this tool running date and time. And the page numbers are given. I didn't ask these things, correct? I did not ask the title, I did not ask the date and time and page numbers, but still it is giving because SAS by default it is giving these things. So these default things you can change it using global options and global statements. So going forward, we'll discuss some options and statements. I want to change the title. Yes, we can change the title. You want to remove this date. Yes, you can remove it. You want to remove this time and you want to remove the page date, page number. You can do it. We have the options for that. Like this, there are so many places by default SAS will do something. To stop doing that one or to change whatever it is doing, we're going to use global options and global statements. Clear? That's it. Only these three components we're going to see now from now onwards in your SAS programming. Apart from this, nothing you will find. Either data step, either proc step, either some options. With these three things only, you have to write your complete your program. Okay, clear? Clear everyone till now?
Yes.
Okay.
Global statement, options and statements.
Global options and global statement, yes. Tell me.
Using to changing the default settings. These default settings we want to change.
No, that's it. For example, you want to change the title. So you have to give the title separate. By default, it is doing the title, the SAS system, right? You want to change this title means you have to give title statement. Okay. For example, yeah, it is printing the date. I want to remove this. I don't want date and time. So we have an option. Options of no date. Like this. Those are global statements and global options. Okay, because those are changing the default settings. Defaultly, what it is doing. I just gave a sample example. Okay, like this, so many things will come going forward. Okay, clear? We'll move to the next. See. So let's see what are the steps you need to follow for writing this SAS program. To write any SAS program, what are the steps you need to follow for any given task? When your task was assigned to you, okay, what are the steps you need to follow for writing the program? Okay, see the steps. The first one, first you have to access the data access. Next, data transformation. Okay, third is data analysis. Data analysis and presentation. Data access, data transformation, data analysis, and presentation. Okay. First, data accessing. How to access the data? So very simple. 3 steps majorly. First, you'll access the data. Whatever data is given as input. Then do the transformation. Do some analysis. Finally, go for a presentation. Okay. In detail, I'll explain. See one by one. First, data accessing. Data accessing means nothing but so your team lead gives some data sets to you as an input to you. He gave some data sets to you as input. So take the data sets as input and start work.
So your
How
voice
can you
is
access
breaking.
the data set?
Your voice is
My
breaking, sir.
voice is not clear.
Yes, not clear, sir.
For others, is it fine, Ashok? Kishan, Manasa,
Yeah, myself it is clear, sir.
Pandit,
Clear, sir.
It's clear for me.
clear? Yeah, can you check from your end? Okay. Mine it was clear only. Not clear, please rejoin. Simple solution. Sometimes the Zoom will bit was slow. Okay. Okay. So see, we'll continue. Data accessing. Accessing is nothing but. So your team lead gives some data sets, for example. He kept in your desktop or he kept in your local D drive or C drive, he kept some data. For example, he gave some clinical data. It is available in your desktop. In one of the folder, the data sets are ready. These are your input data sets. Now on these data sets, only you have to take it as input, you have to work. But these are available in your desktop. How you are going to work? When these data sets will come into your SAS location, then you can able to work. Clear? How can you access it? How can I bring these data sets into a SAS location? If you are bringing into a SAS location, I can access those data sets, I can work. How can I access?
We'll import the data set.
Importing the data set. Okay. How will import?
Sir, we can use infile statement, sir.
Remember, infile statement for creating the data set. There are already data sets available.
Okay.
Already data sets, I'm giving data sets as input only to you. Take this data sets as input, you take it, you create it, you work.
Any copy paste?
So to work on this data set, first I have to bring these data sets into SAS location. Remember,
Explorer window.
Yeah, it's in Explorer window. We discussed the libraries. What type of libraries we have? System defined libraries.
And user defined.
library.
What is user defined library? What is user defined library?
Temporary library.
Temporary and permanent.
No, user defined library is nothing but the library which we can
And what is
create.
work?
Work is temporary library.
Work is the temporary library. Then what is user defined library?
That we can create it, sir. Like our own library.
Yes. Now shall I create now?
Oh,
That's what.
Go
So
on.
we are going to create we are going to accessing the data set by creating the user defined library. User defined library. How can I create a user defined library? By using libname statements. Okay, by using libname statement, we can create a user defined library. How can I use a libname statement? See the syntax. Libname. Okay. Lib reference name. Lib reference name is nothing but name of the library you want to create. Next, give the physical location of the data sets. Means where is your data sets are available. That location you have to give. Physical location of SAS data sets. That's it. So libname is a keyword to create a library. Lib reference name is nothing but name of the library you want to give that name. Physical location means location of the data sets you want to give. Okay. See, for this example, I'm going to bring these data sets into a SAS location by creating some user defined library. For example, libname. Okay, my lib reference name is Kishan. Okay, my library name I can give anything. My library, it's a Kishan. Next, physical location of the SAS data. Where is your data sets are available here? So this location you have to copy. So you can copy in multiple ways. You can copy from here in the top. Okay, or else select any data set, go to properties. Here also it is there. See, on my desktop under the Sudarshan folder, under the clinical data folder, all these data sets are available. Okay, so I'll copy this location. Copy the location from here or from here, no problem. Okay, copy the location. In the double quotes, mention that location. Semicolon. That's it. Simple. Now select the program, run. See, there's a kitchen library is created. Go and check the log as well. See, lib reference means library. Kitchen was successfully assigned to the following location. So this library was assigned to this location. Means in this location, what are the data sets are there? You can able to see here. Check all the data sets which are in your external folder. Now it's coming in the SAS location. Account 1, accounts, animals, bike, car, check, class, demo, MNO, demographics, Pragati, sample, salary. Everything is coming. What are the data sets are available in your desktop? Now everything I'm bringing to the SAS location. So when you bring into the SAS location, automatically you can access these data sets. You can open, you can work, okay, you can edit, whatever you want, you can do it. When you bring into the SAS location, how you bring into the SAS location? By creating the user defined library.
sir, in this statement, we want to add run, sir, run.
No, run not required, because when you use run statement, the rule, both data steps and proc steps only will end with a run statements. Remaining and all not required.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the rule, right?
Here the syntax is a fixed word or what?
It's a fixed thing. Syntax is not the fixed thing. You have to follow that syntax for writing that particular program. Here, everything I'll give the syntax. Okay, you have to follow that syntax. That's a rule.
Okay.
Syntax is nothing but it's like a rule. You cannot ask, okay, why use
For
lib?
data access,
Because lib is a
it is
keyword.
a fixed word. For data access.
Data sets access,
Data sets access. Okay.
not a data accessing.
Okay.
Okay. For example, why I'm telling you data access, you keep one file here, some Excel file or some Word document file. For example, this Excel is there, right?
Okay.
Under the Sudarshan folder, under clinical data folder, along with this data set, I'm placing some Excel as well. Okay. Now
Okay.
run this libname statement. Okay, sorry. Okay, run this libname again. It's created Kishan library. Did you able to see any Excel file?
No.
No, because it will show only data sets. Whatever you any Word doc in this folder you mention any Excel or any Word document text files, you can't see here. Okay, it will reflect only data sets. Okay, clear? Okay. Here, what is libname? Libname is the keyword. Keyword to create a library. What is lib reference name? Lib reference name is nothing but name of the library. What is the library name you want to give? You can give it. Here, what is the physical location? Physical location is not good. Can I say it's a path where the data sets are available? Okay. Okay. Fine. Here, lib reference name you're giving as a Kishan, right? This name also you can't give blindly. You have rules for that one. Rules for lib reference name. Remember, for a data set name, how we have a rules? Almost the same rules, only one rule different. Similarly, for lib reference name also you have rules. Rule number 1. Your lib reference name should not exceed more than 8 characters. Their data set name up to 32 characters you can create, but here library name up to 8 characters only you can create. See, for the same thing, instead of Kishan name, let me try with my name, Sudarshan. 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 How many characters are there? DHARSHAN. How many 10 characters are there?
10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 characters are there. They run the program. See the log. See, throwing an error. Sudarshan is not a valid error in the libname statement. Why? Because your Sudarshan letter has more than 8 characters. It's not as per rules. That's the reason for throwing an error. Okay, so this is one rule. The remaining rules are same. What we discussed for a data set name rules, same rules will applicable here as well. Let me copy paste those rules. But instead of data set name, it's a lib reference name. Okay, your lib reference name means your library name always start with an alphabet or an underscore. Your library name contains with fully alphabets, you can write it, Alphanumerics you can use, but you can use underscore, but not any special characters. You're not supposed to any special characters. It never start with a number. Okay. Same rules for dataset as well. Easy to remember. Only one rule is different. Is there up to 32 characters you can create a dataset name, but here the library name you can create only up to 8 characters. Clear this part? So like this, these libraries, we are accessing the libraries for creating the dataset. Okay. Sorry, for accessing your input dataset. Someone asked last time in the last class, sir, I created some dataset, for example, this some dataset I created. Okay. I want to store this dataset permanently. So tomorrow I want to access the dataset. How can you going to access? See here, using this program, I created a dataset in the work library. So that's the reason it went and created a work library. No, sir, I don't want to create here. I want to save this dataset permanently. What do you
In the
do?
place of work, we'll write Kishan.
Simple. Good. See, go to log. So in the Kishan library, this sum dataset was created. See, the sum dataset is created. You can go and check here. This library was connected to this location only, right? It will be available here as well. See the sum. What is the today's date? 11th November. It's created with the today's date. It is available in your location. Tomorrow also you can access the dataset. Or else your output datasets you want to store in a separate library. Okay, let us create some separate library. I'm taking this one, output. I create one more library. I create, so for example, I'm working for one project. I want to store my all outputs in a separate library. So I create one more library. There I will store. Okay. Lib name. So like I'm giving the library name as a results. Give the path. Simple. Go and check. So there is a results library is created. Ramesh, you can go on mute. Yeah. See, there is a results library is created. Now it is empty because it is empty only here. This is newly created. Now in this library, I want to store my datasets. What you will do? So it's just simple. Instead of Kishan, keyword results. So in the results library, some dataset will go and store. See, in the results library, there's some dataset is created. It has 3 observations, 3 variables. Check. It's created, it's saved. That's it. Okay. Now clear, understand? First, we have to access the data sets by defining the libraries. How you define the libraries? Using libname statement. So this is how we have to use a libname statement. So either, for example, anyone give us some input data set, you can create a library, you can bring the data set in the output location, or else you are creating some output data sets, you create one more library, you can store that in. See here, input data sets you are accessing, on output data sets also you are storing. Same using user defined library. So this is how we can use a libname statements for creating the libraries. Okay, it will be useful for accessing your data sets. The first step is done, accessing the data now. Clear up to here, everyone?
Sir, you have said that libname library characters should be 8 only, na? Hello.
Correct.
But if the number is high,
Correct.
then it won't form the library.
It will
na, sir?
It won't form the library.
Okay.
That's the rule, right? See, here I gave an example. Lib reference name cannot be more than characters. If it is more than 8 characters, see, that's the reason Sudarshan library is not creating. It's throwing an error.
Okay.
Okay. So now we are done with accessing the data. Now we can able to access any given data. Next, data transformation, the next step. What is data transformation? Data transformation is nothing but transforming the data sets from one library to the another library. Transforming the data sets from one library to another library. Transforming the data sets from one library to another library. Means, for example, in the Kishan library, you have input data sets. In all data sets are not required. Let us assume only 1 or 2 data sets only I was required. So what I'll do? I'll transfer these data sets to some results library or some work library. Then I'll start my work. How can I transform the data sets from one library to another library? How can I transfer? Clear, right? For example, in a Kishan library, account dataset is there. Can you transfer this dataset into results library or a work library? How can I transfer? Using set statement. Using set command. Set is the transform is nothing but here copying only. You're copying the data sets from one library to another library. Set is the copy command. Okay. So for example, here from Kishan library to results library, you are transferring. Okay. What is the program? Data. So I want to create a new data set in a results library. Results. What is my input data set name? I can give any name. For example, my data set name is something demo. Okay. Set is a copy command. From where you want to copy? From Kishan library. Kishan dot. Which data set you want to copy? For example, account 1 data set I want to copy. Account. Run. Okay. Remember always, first you have to give the library name, dot, then give the dataset name. So this is a structure you have to follow always. First you give the library name, then dataset. Okay. So here, dataset I want to create in a results library. My dataset name demo. Kishan is my library name. My input dataset is account. Okay. Simple. That's it. Run. See the log. There are 3 observations you are reading from Kishan library account 1 dataset. Okay. Where you are transferring. In a results library, see demo dataset is created with the 3 observations of 4 variables. Simple. Same dataset you are copied. You transfer. See this account 1 dataset. You are copied to a results library with the dataset name as a demo.
The folder name is changing, right, sir? Account 1 name.
What is the folder name?
Account one. We are
Because
giving demo. If we
because
want the
you-
same
account-
account one, if we give, then it will be the account one only.
yeah,
at the
you can
place
give
of
same
demo.
account one also.
Okay.
Your account one will create.
Okay.
You can give same name. You can give different name. Your wish. Because you are creating the data set. At the time of creating the data set name, you can give any data set name. So account one only created.
Okay. Got it.
Basically, you're transforming the data. Data set is nothing. The data set name you can give anything while creating the data first step. Clear?
Yeah,
Everyone?
clear.
Can someone help me? For example, in a results library, this demo data set is there. Can someone tell me the program? In this results library, there is a demo data set is there. Transform this data set to a work library. Okay? Okay. Can you tell me, Ashok?
Yeah, sir.
Tell me, Ashok.
Data,
Data,
results dot, it's a demo. Where we have to transfer?
in a results library, there is a demo data set is there. Correct?
Results demo.
Copy
Okay.
this data set to a work library. Okay?
Yeah.
Clear? Okay.
Data work.
Data work.
I can give my own name now. Another name.
You
From
can give any
XYZ,
name.
dot,
Yeah.
dot XYZ,
Dot XYZ.
semicolon, ends with semicolon.
Semicolon.
Set,
Set.
it is there from result. Oh, sorry, Kishana. Results.
Results only.
Dot demo.
From results to work.
Yeah, dot demo.
Got it.
Semicolon, run semicolon.
Semicolon. Okay. Run. That's it.
Yes.
It's very simple. There are three observations I read from results library from demo dataset. In the work library, there is XYZ dataset is created with the three
XYZ.
observations. Four
Yes,
labels
XYZ.
created. Simple. Anyone want one more? See. For example, in the work library, this XYZ dataset is there. Now transfer this dataset into Kishan library. Anil? Anil, can you help me with the program?
Yeah, sure. Data,
Data,
Kishan dot.
Kishan dot.
I can give the same name like XYZ, colon,
Okay, you can give.
and set space
Set.
work dot
Work dot.
XYZ
XYZ.
semicolon
Semicolon.
run semicolon
Run semicolon.
F3.
That's it.
Yes.
You're on the program. See, there are three observations you are reading from XYZ document. In the Kishan library, see the XYZ dataset is created. Okay. This XYZ dataset here also will be available. We are accessing to this location only, right? See, XYZ dataset is created. In your output here also one folder created, right? See, all the new datasets we have created today only. You can see here as well. Okay. 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 So now we are understanding clear, right? So first we access the data, given data. Then we transfer the data set in whichever library you want. Okay. Okay, one more point. We cannot transfer into a SAS help library, okay? Because SAS help, SAS user, these are system dependent. You cannot create a new data set in this library. So you can copy from here. Means we can have read access, but you don't have write access for these libraries. For example, same program, you cannot create a data set in a SAS help library. See, it is throwing an error. User doesn't have proper appropriate authorization level into SAS help because SAS help are the system defined libraries. You cannot create a data sets in this system defined libraries. Okay, it won't work. Okay, clear?
How can we find that variation?
How can we?
How can we find the variation of libraries created by the SAS or else we are creating by us? What is the difference like?
While you are opening this, very simple. While you open the system, whichever libraries are by default available are system defined
Our
libraries.
system available.
Work is a
Okay.
temporary library. Remaining all are you are creating, right?
This question it is created by us, right?
Kishan results
Results.
were created.
Okay.
So these are
Only fixed like maps, SAS help, SAS user. These three are like fixed, right?
maps, SAS user, system defined.
Okay.
So now we are clear. We are accessing the data set. We are transforming the data set from one library to another library. Now do the analysis, data analysis. So once the data sets are available into your required location, you start analyzing the data. So that analysis only we are going to learn in the next coming days. So this analysis is not only single one step. So according to your requirement, what requirement you got it? According to your requirement, you are going to analyze the given data. For analysis, you are going to use all the things from now on, from tomorrow onward, whatever we are going to discuss. All is for analysis only. So you are going to use some if-else condition, if conditions, if-else conditions topic, or else some do-else, do topics, do while. These are conditional processings. Okay, we'll use some functions. Okay, we have some character functions and numeric functions. These all are going to we are going to use for analyzing the given data. You will use some arrays concept. We'll use some proc SQL concept. You will use some combining the SAS dataset topics. Combine these SAS datasets. We'll use some macros. All these things we are going to use next. We're going to discuss all these topics. So these things will be helpful for analyzing your data. So for example, so this is the data you gave. From this data that is input for you to transfer to your work library. Now you got a requirement saying that I need a data set where the balance is less than 10,000 or less than 20,000. I need a data set where the data less than or equal to 20,000. So whoever salary is less than or equal to 20,000. So those details only I need separate data set. So you have to write some program for that one. That is your requirement. I need a data set where the account type is savings type. Wherever the savings type is there, right? So wherever those savings type data set observations alone, I need separately. I need a data set where the names are starting with Y. I need a data set first two observations. So these are different requirements. So when the requirement will come, yes, according to the requirement, we'll do the analysis. We'll write some program and we'll present your final output dataset. So for this analysis only, yes, going forward from tomorrow or from Monday, we'll be going to discuss each topic for that purpose. Okay, so we'll analyze the data, we'll write some program using of any of these topics. Okay, so once you finalize your data, then you'll go for a presentation. Finally, presentation. Presentation is not for presenting your final output dataset. One of the method is proc print. So print the dataset. Print data is equal to, for example, in the work library. So this is your finalized dataset XYZ. Just print it. You're printing, you're presenting, simple. Proc print is only one simple one method only. Like this, you have proc print. Okay. You have proc print, proc reports to generate the reports. You are going to have different procedures as well for processing the dataset also. Not only for presentation, for processing the datasets. Okay, you have proc print, proc sort, proc transpose, proc means, proc summary. Okay, proc datasets, proc contents, proc copy, proc delete. There are some other procedures as well. So all the procedures in detail we're going to discuss in one of the chapter later. Okay, like this, so many procedures are there. So once your data sets are transferred, then you do the analysis, go for a presentation. So for the presentation, yes, you use proc print or proc report. Okay, any other method. Okay, I can print the data set here, not only in the work library. For example, in your results library, some data set is there. So you just give some results dot some. So it will print this data set. Okay, now the data set in my final results data set, I want to print. Okay, print it. So like this, you can present your data. Clear? So these are the steps you need to follow while writing your data set, while writing any program for a given task. If any task was assigned to you, what you have to do first? First, you have access your input data sets, then transfer in the whichever library you want, then do the analysis, finally go for a presentation. This is the steps you need to follow for writing any SAS program. Clear? That's it. Any doubts? Anyone? Fine. So that's it I have for today.
Yes, yes.
So make sure before coming to the Monday's class, okay, everyone install your SAS tools. Some people are done. I think Manas are done, Balaji done. Mabub is doing. Okay. Those who are completed downloading, let me know. Those who are not started, please start downloading the SAS tool. So before come to the Monday's class, make sure everyone install your SAS tool. Okay. Clear?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay. I'll create a separate WhatsApp group for everyone. So on Monday. And I'll share a new Zoom link to join the class as well. Okay. From Monday onwards, we'll join with the fresh Zoom link. Okay. Okay. And then that's it for today. I'm going to send the notes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Thank you.
No questions?
Recording stopped.
Yeah. Someone asking something? Any questions? Anyone? If someone asked something? Everyone receiving the notes, right?
Yeah, we are receiving, sir.
Oh, fine then. So we'll catch you on Monday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.